Hello, my Bloom and Balance community. Just got off one of my Mary Kay meetings and it went really well. And I kind of got spotlighted for some of my sales that I made, which really it was mostly sales for like my house. I have 5 kids, so not my littlest one, but like my husband got the men's line, I got a new line, my daughter got a line, my son got a line. So of course I had some sales this month, but no. So they did. They spotlighted me, they encouraged me, they spotlighted a lot of people. Everybody is kind of going, not everyone, a lot of people are going through the same thing I am, it being new to them. And it's really encouraging. It makes you feel good, makes you happy. It's an amazing community and it incorporates the spiritual aspect of it. And they do devotionals, they do prayer before. I mean, it is kind of a well-rounded, balanced type community that I have found myself in, and I really implore people who are going through issues like this to have a community like this. And I know I can message my director and she's going to message me back and she's going to support me through whatever I'm doing. Like a bad day on Saturday, they were like, "Hey, you had a party planned for today and you canceled it." I'm like, "Yeah, I can't get out of bed. I'm sick. Sorry. I have Saturdays and Sundays to do things for Mary Kay, and today is not a day that my body's going to let me do it." But they were all super supportive. They understood. And I say they, so my director and my recruiter. But no, so it's an amazing community I've found myself in. And they have the same values I do. And I think that that is super, super important for anyone with a chronic illness or an autoimmune disorder, anything like that, to have a community that they feel encompassed in, they feel loved and appreciated in. Even, if you are skeptical about, Mary Kay or anything. It's like, even if they're in it just for the sales, it still feels good, it still feels nice. But I know that there's a lot of personal relationships that I have made in this journey with Mary Kay as well. But one thing they talked about in this meeting was changing your way of thinking. Because if you change your way of thinking, that is what makes outcomes happen. So take this YouTube channel, for example. I thought about doing this YouTube channel for a very long time, and I didn't really know if that was something I wanted to. Well, no, I knew it was something I wanted to do, but I just didn't have that drive yet. I just thought about it. And then all of a sudden, one day, I was like, this needs to be documented. I feel alone. I don't want to feel alone anymore. I don't want anybody going through this to feel alone, because unless you're going through it, you really do not know what it feels like, what it's like. It's it would have been really nice for me to have had something like this to lean on in my darkest days. Um, and so to be able to provide this for somebody, I'm really excited about. Um, but it was always something that I wanted to do. But then one day, this is what I'm going to do. And I put my mind to it. And I was worried about my bad days, right? You have fear. Don't let fear control your life. Fear is a good thing sometimes. It tells you, you know, kind of where your limits are. And if you are like me, you always want to push your limits. So if you're afraid about something, that means you're passionate and you care. Because if it was something that you didn't fear, you didn't care about, you weren't going to do, you wouldn't be afraid of it. It's not something that's going to apply to you. It's fine. It goes away. But no, let fear drive you and push your limits if that's how you are. Now, I'm not saying push your physical limits and your energy limits, because that's when you're going to go and you're going to fall into a, a relapse. That's what happens. But even on my bad days, like I just had on Saturday, I took multiple different videos throughout the day. I let y'all see me in my bad day. I let y'all see me on my recovery day. And today is a day after recovery, and it really wasn't that great of a day until I went to that meeting, and it made me feel rejuvenated. It gave me inspiration, and I pray you can find things like that. Um, But no, once you change your way of thinking to I want to do something to I'm going to do it, that's all it takes. There's another book that I wanted to bring forward that my psychiatrist recommended, and I was kind of surprised she did because her whole job is, hey, you're sick, let me help you until, take medicine forever. But no, she recommended this book. It's called Becoming Supernatural, and I think it's backwards, but it's okay. And it's by Dr. Joe Dispenza, I think is his last name. Um, it's an amazing book. It talks about how nothing happens in your body without your brain telling it. Whether, it'd be conscious or subconscious, whatever, right? There are cellular levels of things that, are happening and your brain is telling it to do it. You have your pituitary gland, you have all these things that talk to each other, and there's communication within your cells, and you can turn on and off different aspects of your DNA, and the body is amazing, right? So I am a nurse, so I do think of this in a nursing aspect. Yep, your brain does everything it could. Yes, you can be brain damaged and still be alive, but if you sever your entire spinal cord, I mean, and like, there's nothing that's really gonna happen. There's still some well, I don't know. Anyways, it's a lot. But your brain does. It tells your body to do specific things. And in this book, it goes over if your body is not doing something, you can focus hard enough, I call it meditate long enough, think of things at a cellular level. Like for me, it would be muscle rejuvenation. So I think about my muscles on a very cellular fiber level. I very much focus on it and how it would repair itself, how I know the anatomy of repairing itself and walk it through it. And according to his book, if you can do that to the correct degree, your brain is actually going to make that happen. It's going to trigger your body to do those things. It's a really good book. It's a little out there, right? I understand the concept of it, and do I think that the brain is the most powerful organ in your body? I do. Um, absolutely. And do I think that this is possible? Yes. Do I think that I have the capability of doing it? I think everybody does. But you have to be completely dedicated, I believe. You have to be able to be open-minded to it. You have to be able to invite it in and truly believe it in every fiber of your being. Now, do I think that this has worked for me? I think that the meditation part has. I talked about meditation before, who I listen to, how I listen to it. And I think that I could be much more intentional with my meditation, just not there yet. 2 years of meditation, and I'm not there yet, but that's okay. Anyways, so that's a little bit of the day today. I've had a day at a time for sure. Um, today's been pretty good. I woke up a little bit later than normal, but that was good. I got to sleep in a little bit. I got up. I didn't have to take the kids to school. I actually wore the shirt that I slept in at work because it didn't feel that great when I woke up. Um, I did my face routine and I got on camera, and that's what I did today was that. um, and then I got really tired about 3 o'clock. I had a very lull, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go lay down for a little bit. I said, I'm gonna take my lunch break. I'm gonna go lay down for a little bit. And as soon as I laid down, my boss was like, hey, you wanna talk? You wanna go over this spreadsheet? Yeah, sure. So I didn't really get to take a nap, but it's okay. I got up, I started doing the spreadsheet. I figured out kind of a better way to do it. I work Excel pretty well. So, um, I actually called her back and was like, hey, let's do it this way. She's like, okay, yeah, you want to do it? You do it all. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, fine. I'll do it all. It's okay. But no, so I worked on that most of the day. Haley had gymnastics. I took her to gymnastics. She did amazing today at gymnastics. There were a lot of kids there though, and she was not happy there was a lot of kids because it is a private lesson that I pay for, but it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be more private later. Um, yeah, and then we went and got a drink before gymnastics though, and we had to go to Tractor Supply to get my parents a lamp for their turkeys because their heating lamp went out. And then we went to gymnastics and they decided they didn't need a heating light anymore because they found one, but they needed chicken starter. And I was like, I have already gone. But anyways, I went back and got it, and then I rushed home because I knew I was having this Mary Kay meeting and I was kind of tired. I didn't really want to go to it. And I was wearing like a dark blue shirt. I don't know. Mary Kay's pink. Like you gotta wear something pink. So put on my Mary Kay clothes and I was like, all right, let's get this done. And now I feel like on top of the world again. It's 8:30, which is usually time I hit the hay. So I wanted to make this video and let y'all know um, how powerful the brain truly is. It really is very powerful, and being able to tap into it would be life-changing. I haven't quite got that far yet, but the option is there. Like, it can happen. Anyone can do it. He has seen it in this book. And if you change your way of thinking, I am going to get out of bed today. I am, even if it's one little thing, even if it's just making a cup of relaxing tea, even if it's just washing your face and going back to bed on your bad days, right? But on your good days, really try to set a goal to get something done, something that would push you a little bit to not to your limit, but a little bit further than you're used to. And hopefully one day that'll be your norm. And then keep pushing yourself. That's how I did it whenever I started getting better after my 2 to 3 weeks of not being able to walk. It was a little bit at a time. And slowly but surely, I even got back into work. I even, I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to do that. But it's listening to your body, not allowing depression to take you over, and making goals, setting them, and walking through it one step at a time, every day at a time. And I hope you can find a community, and maybe this is it for you, that you can feel a part of, feel loved, feel included in, even with this illness. Because I know I felt isolated and I needed something like this and I didn't have it. And I don't know if it was for lack of looking. I'm not sure. I didn't want to look, but I hope that this pops up on your YouTube feed if you need it. I hope that this gets to you if you have a chronic illness or if you have an autoimmune disorder and you are going through this and you feel like you're alone. Please don't feel like that. You can always send me a chat on any of my videos. You can send me an email. I am here. I don't want anyone to feel alone. And right now, I have the time and energy to help everyone because right now, there's not a lot of people reaching out. And I'm hoping that this channel blows up. But thank you very much for watching. It is one day at a time. Not bad enough to be an hour at a time. Not bad enough to be a minute at a time today for me. And I hope today is a day at a time for you. Bye.